Okay, so I'm actually recording this seminar now. So if any of you would like to look back at any of the things that we've covered today, then you can go to our YouTube channel, which I will reveal to you later. So, an introduction about myself. Basically, this is who I am, okay? My name is Johan Shah, and I'm a stem cell expert. And basically, I simplify the stem cell industry so that anyone can understand it and be a part of it. That's right. You know, stem cell is people are getting very educated in the market, and stem cell is no longer something new. It's something that everyone knows about. It's something that people have heard of. And some people have even gone to do stem cell injections and stem cell treatments and therapies. And really, there's no stopping to advancement in technology. When it comes to advancement in technology, there's nothing that can stop it. But it also brings change to people's lives that is so dramatic that generations it will alter the way we live. Smartphone is one very good example of how our lifestyle has totally changed because of the technology. And today we will be covering about how stem cell technology, what is stem cell really, and how stem cell technology is going to be changing our lives in the future. And that is basically what I do. And today we will be talking about, and I'll be simplifying that so that hopefully all of you will be able to understand. So before I begin, I just wanted to share with you that there are a few people that I serve already in this industry. These are some of the prominent people that I actually serve, and the Instagram and the Facebook pages are already there for you to see. They are beauty professionals, and they are people who are already in the beauty industry or the healing industry, and they help people become better in that manner, and they're using stem cell technology at the moment. So here's just some more people. Yeah, these are some of the people that I'm actually working with right now, and they are very senior in their industries, and they are leading the markets as far as Malaysia and Singapore and various other parts of the world are concerned. So these are the people that I've worked with. Now, I don't know how many of you have actually watched this TV show. It's actually called Orphan Black. Orphan Black is actually a British TV show about stem cell. It's actually about stem cells. It's about the potential of stem cell, okay? And what is actually the world? What actually the world could look like with stem cell technology. And it's really interesting because it asks some of those questions like, what are the benefits of stem cell technology if it gets advanced? What are the risks of stem cell technology if it gets advanced? And some of the more deeper and more sensitive issues like if we do experiments on people and something goes wrong, does that mean that it's wrong entirely and we shouldn't develop it? These are some questions that we ask. And the real question the show asks is, if we clone humans, do they have a soul? I mean, I know it's very deep and all that, but it's very interesting for us to see that a lot of the technology that we use today actually come from movies. That's right. A lot of the inspiration comes from movies, and they actually come to life. And this show is actually a very good show to give us a sense of what can happen in the future, whether we like it or not. Whether we like it or not, this is exactly what's going to happen. When it comes to stem cell, there are a few things we have to recognize right now, which is that, stem cells contain the DNA of organisms. And I will talk a little bit about how important that is. And it has the potential to become any other cells in the body. So, and every living thing in this world, food, animals, human beings, everyone has got stem cells. And when it comes to stem cells, really, it's just give me 1 second on these. Yeah. So when it comes to stem cells, really, if you look at this picture here, there is a picture of a corn, and the reason why I put this picture of a corn is because we are now able to edit the DNA of the corn seed so that the corn, if insects eat the corn, the insects will die. Whereas if people eat the corn, people don't die. And this is real thing. This is real stuff. Almost all corn that come from the US are genetically modified. Genetically modified means that they're modified in such a way that when insects eat it, they die. When the corn grows, it requires less water to grow. It grows faster and bigger. And so genetic editing is actually not new. It's actually something that's been in the world for a while. And it's really only a matter of time before we do genetic editing in people. I mean, at the moment, it's happening in animals. And it's not that we're not able to do genetic editing right now. It's just that there's a lot of sensitive ethical issues like what's right, what's wrong, and people's general consensus of agreeing to doing genetic editing, allowing genetic editing. You know what I mean? And so when it comes to stem cell industry, it's actually a lot more advanced than you think. A lot of the things that the show talks about, movies talk about, or what we've imagined is actually coming to life today. It's right at the forefront. And for me, even though I'm not a scientist, the reason why I can become a stem cell expert is simply because the technology has become so advanced that we are able to apply it commercially. We are able to make it available to people like you and I to benefit our lives. So as far as stem cell technology is concerned in the medical field, there are these things called CAR T cells, which are chimera cells. And this is actually what a chimera looks like. So a chimera is actually a mythical creature, which is a combination of different creatures. And a chimera cell is a CAR T cell is basically a man-made cell. It's a cell which we are able to make ourselves to be able to do things like, in this case, on the top right-hand corner, you can see that there are cells where, you know, it fights cancer. Or right now, they're also using stem cell technology to fight COVID-19. And so really, stem cell technology is being used actively around the world to come out with solutions in the medical field. As things become more medically advanced, stem cell technology is also being used to regenerate skin and hair as well. And so this is used more in the beauty industry, and it's really to make the stem cell technology more available for the mass, so that everyone is able to stem cell. And so this is where stem cell technology really is. Now, what is a stem cell? You know, I'm going to go through a little bit of science here. And remember, guys, my job is to make things as simple as possible for you. And I'm going to try and make this as simple as possible for you. What is a stem cell? For us to understand what is a stem cell, we must first understand two things: DNA and amino acids. Okay, so I know there's a lot of mumbo jumbo words here, but stick with me, okay? Basically, when we look at DNA, this is what we look at: a bunch of atoms that are put together to look like this. Actually, if we drew it, your DNA will look like this. And usually one side of the DNA will come from your mother, the one side of the DNA will come from the father, and it produces who you are. So there's a bit of technical language here, but basically DNA is like the blueprint of your body, okay? And what DNAs do is they make up amino acids, okay? And I've drawn a diagram here, a very simple diagram, because I know it's a lot of science mumbo jumbo. But basically, amino acids make proteins, proteins make living cells, which are stem cells, okay? And stem cells, a lot of cells make up tissues, tissues make up organs, and those organs make up animals and humans and everything in this world. And so what stem cell based, what DNA does is DNA is actually the language that amino acids talk to each other so that it becomes a protein, okay? And these proteins can become a living cell, a stem cell. So really, that's what DNA is. And so when it comes to, so this is just a diagram to recap what we said. So when we look at stem cells, right, it's divided into two parts. It's divided into the nucleus, which is just the DNA, and the cytoplasm, where's the amino acid. So there's a part of the stem cell which has DNA, and there's a part of the stem cell which does not have DNA. Okay, it doesn't have the full DNA. Okay, and so what happens is typically with stem cells, like when we're born in our mother's womb, when we are first born, we look like a one cell, which is a stem cell, and those cells become 2 cells, right? These 2 cells will then become 4 cells, and 4 cells become 8 cells. During this process of cells growing, there are byproducts called proteins, okay, which appear around the stem cell. And these proteins are called stem cell proteins. There are millions of types of stem cell proteins, and different proteins are used for different functions in the body. But around 130 of them are good for things like skin and hair and detox. And this is very important because when it comes to beauty technology or a commercialization, these are the proteins that are going to be used for things like reverse aging or hair growth. Okay, and so what I just need you to understand is that when it comes to stem cell, it's actually not the stem cell that we use, but the stem cell proteins that are beneficial for people when it comes to being used in products for people. So when it comes to commercialization of stem cell technology, actually stem cells were first discovered in 1981. Stem cells were first successfully extracted in 1998. And the proteins that we are talking about were actually first discovered in 2007. And in 2012, stem cell protein were legalized to be used as an ingredient in products. This is very important to understand because this is when the market would have a new generation of beauty or skincare or hair growth products, which will come out, which will allow professionals to be able to take their beauty game to the next level. And there is one particular company in Korea who pioneers this stem cell commercialization technology, which is called RubyCell Worldwide. Now, RubyCell Worldwide was established just when stem cell protein extract was legalized in 2012, okay, in South Korea. They are a stem cell company which focuses on research, development, manufacturing, the whole process of supply chain in order for people to be able to benefit from stem cell technology, okay? This company is currently operating in 8 different countries, and there are so many consumers and professionals using RubyCell in order for them to be able to improve in order to get reverse aging or hair growth benefits. Now, the point I want to make here is that stem cell technology is not far away anymore. It's actually here right now. It has been here for 8 years. And as far as stem cell technology is concerned, it's not so much the stem cell, but the stem cell protein that we are after in order for us to be able to get the results, because that is what's able to be commercialized to many, many people. So what I want to talk about is what is RubyCell and why is RubyCell so special? Because when it comes to stem cell technology, there's no point in us understanding what stem cell if we actually cannot benefit from it. And so what I want to talk about is that this particular company was able to create a product which was able to make stem cell available to everyone. And this is basically RubyCell. RubyCell is special because once we use stem cell technology, it becomes an all-in-one ampoule. What that means, it becomes an all-in-one solution. Remember, guys, stem cell is able to become anything in the body. So if it can become anything in the body, anything produced with stem cell protein can also regenerate anything in the body. It's like before we need a lot of different products for a lot of problems on our skin and our hair. Now we only need to use one ingredient, which is the stem cell protein extract ingredient, in order for us to improve our skin and our hair. Now, actually in this RubyCell, of course, we have the stem cell protein extract proprietary blend, but it also adds a lot of common ingredients which also improve the skin and hair. Along with this, we've also used pie water in order for all these products to be able to be absorbed easily into the skin. And we also use polymer immersion technology for the molecules to be as small as possible for it to be able to penetrate into the skin. And so what the people at RubyCell actually did was they actually tried to create a product which has everything in one bottle, literally, like putting everything in our in our smartphone. Previously, we had a beeper, a camera, a notepad, a map, a GPS, whatever. And now we've only got one device which fits everything in. In fact, we can fit so many things inside here. It's the same thing with our hair or our skin products. With stem cell technology rising, it's only a matter of time before we get an all-in-one smart solution which will be able to solve almost every biological problem on our body. And so, you know, when it comes to this particular product, when it comes to stem cell protein extract, it should actually be injected into your skin. However, we can't expect people to be injecting it every day because that hasn't got good commercial value. And so what RubyCell has come up with is an air gun whereby after using the ampoule, it's able to emit nanomolecules so that the product is able to penetrate deep inside the skin. And so, and also we use nanoliposome as well. And so what happens is, basically on the surface of our skin, this is a diagram of the surface of our skin. And the surface of our skin is divided into two layers, which is epidermis and dermis. And in the dermis layer, we've got the collagen, which actually creates the structure of our skin. I know a lot of you already know this, but I wanted to give you an example on how stem cell protein extract is being used these days. There's elastin, which actually ties all the collagens together. And then there's fibroblasts. Fibroblasts are basically skin stem cells. And if we have a lot of fibroblasts, we have a lot of collagen and elastin. Now, we all know that as we age, the number of fibroblasts decreases. And that means the number of collagen and elastin will also decrease. What happens is that the structure of the skin will actually collapse. And that is when our aging process begins. We lose hair, we get wrinkles, we get sagging skin, things like that. And so normally stem cell technology should regenerate the collagen, elastin, and the fibroblasts so that we can produce our own collagen and elastin like we did a few years ago. But how RubyCell works is that it actually you actually apply it on the surface of the skin like any other product, but because of the pie water, the polymer immersion, and the air gun, it's actually able to penetrate deep inside the dermis layer of the skin, and it releases all the ingredients inside the dermis layer of the skin. And so using these kinds of technologies, we can see that stem cell technology is able to be used by you right now. And that's really the future, and that is where the future is going to go, whether you like it or not. And I've been telling this to people for the past 4 years now, from Korea to the rest of the world. And what I want to show you now is basically a video of the product where it's been recognized worldwide because they're the pioneers as far as stem cell technology is concerned, as far as commercializing stem cell technology is concerned. So let's just watch this short video. Okay, so that was just a video to show you some of the more official documents of RubyCell, as well as some of the, just to summarize what I've been talking about. Now, I want to show you this page, which is basically hashtag RubyCell. And the reason why I wanted to show you this is there is no better place to see the progress of RubyCell so far other than Instagram. And these are people that are constantly updating their benefits of using RubyCell. You can see here there are plenty of average people, and professionals using RubyCell and benefiting from reverse aging. Here we've got the didn't have much clarity of skin, and now they've got clarity of skin. You can see that here there's lifted. There's also a lot of hair growth testimonies, general whitening and brightening, clarity of skin. Yeah. And so if you want to see any of the benefits of RubyCell, you just go to hashtag RubyCell in Instagram, and you will be able to see all the latest testimonies of our customers. Okay, these are updated. Of course, it's updated on a daily basis, and you should be able to see all the benefits. So there are actually a very long line of products when it comes to RubyCell. But what's important is that as a professional, we want to know more about you, okay? We want to know if you're a beauty professional or a therapist, what are you doing right now? What are the products that you're using right now? Does it just contain vitamins and minerals and the average peptide? Or does it contain, some sort of natural ingredient? Because the future, when it comes to beauty professionals and therapists, is stem cell, whether you like it or not. A lot of people in the IT industry miss the boat as far as the smartphone and the platform and the app industry is concerned. And those people who were able to jump on the technology were not able to make it, as opposed to those people who were able to make it. I, for one, am one of those where I always look for ways for the future, what's going to happen in the future. And when it comes to beauty professionals or therapists, stem cell is definitely the way forward. And it's definitely worth it for you to find out how you can be a part of an industry which is only a matter of time before it explodes. Okay? Anyone who deals with hair, skin, or overall body detox would be a candidate for us to be able to talk to in order for you to be able to take your business to the next level. Anyone who deals with lymphatic drainage or massage would also be another group of people who will be able to benefit from these products. Also, of course, we are looking for general consumers, and USA, Singapore, Malaysia, and Korea are the main countries that we are looking for. We're looking for consumers and distributors. If you're interested in any of the RubyCell products, or you want to find out more about how you and your business can be involved in stem cell technology right now, contact the person who brought you here or myself so that you'll be able to know how you can be part of the future. Okay?